and welcome to QUTV News this week. I'm Michael Lanier.
And I'm Lindsay Fisher. February marks Black History Month and a time to celebrate history and Black Americans, both nationally and here on campus.
In honor of Black History Month, Berner Library put on a meaningful display. A QUTV reporter has collected students' views on Black History Month as well on campus. But first, we look into Father Tolton, Quincy in the United States' first African-American priest. This Black History Month, Quincy University is honoring the life and legacy of one of its most historic figures, Augustus Tolton. He is a Quincy University alumni who made history as the first African-American priest in the United States. Born into slavery in 1854, he overcame racism and resurrection to answer his calling to priesthood. QUTV's Freya Henson takes us to see what figure Tolton was and the impact he made.
After being denied admission to U.S. seminaries because of his race, Tolton studied in Rome and was ordained in 1886. He later returned to the United States, where he served Catholic communities despite facing continued discrimination.
And just bring tears to my eyes because when he came back, escorted on a train down here. And then when he arrived, the church was just, the people were gathered all around to welcome him back, even though it was in the casket. So he had a big celebration for the life and the person that he became and was in regards to that. When I look at Augustus Tolton, I see a man who knew how to survive against adversity. I saw a man who knew how to follow his passion, his dream, and to persevere no matter what obstacles you have to face in regards to that. He also was a man who really demonstrated no matter what rejection or alienation that you feel from other people, it never stopped him from loving and respecting them.
His time in Quincy remains a big part of his education and spiritual formation, and today his legacy remains a proud part of Quincy University's history.
I'm so proud to be a part of a university where we carry on those values today. We see that in the day of service, the service hours need to graduate, and I'm proud to be at a university where we can glorify the Most High in the best ways possible.
As the nation reflects on Black History Month, Tolton's story serves as a reminder of perseverance, faith, and the power of breaking barriers. Freya Hansen, QTV News, Quincy.
Thank you, Freya. A man who turned obstacles into opportunities. February is Black History Month, a time to honor and celebrate and reflect on achievements from African Americans. Here at Quincy University, students have access to meaningful resources, events, and support all month long. Berner Library is featuring a Black History Month collection highlight, which includes influential authors, scholars, and leaders. Students can check out books, documentaries, and digital resources focused on Black history, culture, and social justice.
The best place to start looking for Black History Month resources is actually in the library catalog. You can type in Black History Month, you can type in any of the keywords associated with that, African American history, names of specific people that you would like to find out more about. That will give you the opportunity to find not only the physical resources, books, CDs, vinyl records. We've got a lot of really great jazz records and blues records and things like that.
The library staff wants students to know they can also connect with campus support services for safe spaces. Mentoring opportunities and conversations about identity and inclusions are also available. Library staff also encourages students to engage with the greater Quincy community through volunteer events. QU students are motivated to honor Black history and promote social awareness. Black history is a time to reflect on the past, celebrate the present, and inspire the future. To learn more about these events and resources, visit quincy.edu or follow Quincy University on social media.
Quincy University is such a diverse campus, and Black History Month means a lot to many different people. QUTV's Kyron Dene goes around to see what February means to students on campus.
What's going on, QU community? And as you can see, I'm outside. It's a beautiful sunny February day. And with February coming to a close, that means that Black History Month is almost over. So I'm going around campus today to see what students' favorite Black History moment is, as well as what Black History Month means to them. Let's go see what they have to say.
So my favorite moment in Black history was when Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier. Especially for a person like color like me. I played baseball a lot, watched it growing up, and I wore 42 in honor of that, and it was just a really big inspiration for me.
Black History Month is a period of reflection to me. I feel like it's a good time to look back to all the Black successful people who have come before me and are successful right now, and it shows us that we can do anything we put our mind to.
My favorite moment in Black History Month is when Ruby Bridges, as a young child, walked into an all-white school and fought to integrate the schools. I think that epitomizes what Black people mean to the community and what Black History Month is all about.
My favorite moment in Black history is the election of Barack Obama in 2008. I feel like that was a big moment for the Black community. It set the bar really high for Black excellence.
My favorite moment in Black history is when Colin Kaepernick took a knee and stood up for what he believed in and sacrificed his career. And for me, that shows he took a lot of courage, and he sacrificed his childhood dream and his way of life at that point.
Black History Month to me is just a time where everybody can just come together and we can just talk about the good things that our people have done in our communities, just for Black people to be able to do what they can do nowadays. Like now you can look back in time and see the struggles and the trials and tribulations that we faced to get to the point that we're at today. And it's just a good time for everybody.
Thank you, Kyron.
It's nice to feel the support and representation here on campus.
Yeah, don't forget about the representation on the national level, though, Michael.
Coming up, we will take a look at America's first Black president.
Welcome back. In November 2008, history was made in the United States. The nation elected its first Black American president, Barack Obama. His campaign message of hope and change resonated across racial, generational, and political lines. On election night, the results confirmed his victory over Senator John McCain. For many, especially within the African American community, the moment represented more than a political win. It was the realization of a dream, generations in the making. In honor of Black History Month, we remember this historic achievement, not just as a political event, but as a reminder of progress, perseverance, and possibility.
Mark Philpott is currently involved in two significant leadership positions in Quincy. He is the president of the Quincy Park Board, where he is responsible for overseeing the decisions made concerning the parks and recreation facilities in the city. Philpott is also the chairman of the Quincy Human Rights Commission, whose mission is to ensure that there is equal opportunity for all in the city. Philpott is the first African American president of the board, and his appointment is a significant milestone in the representation of the city's residents. Mark Philpott joins us today to talk about human rights and Black History Month. Thank you for joining us today.
Glad to be here.
So we're going to kick it off. In your view, what do local leaders and public boards have in advancing the next couple, years in human rights?
Okay, so I think that it's super important to talk about how those elected officials, both elected and appointed, have a significant role in making sure that all persons within our city are well represented. When you're appointed to a board, whether it's by the mayor's office or whether it's by county government, it's super important that you take that charge seriously and that you reach out to all members of the community, because you're not just serving one specific demographic, you're serving as an ambassador of the city or the county or whatever level that is. So it's super important to be responsive and reflective of all different viewpoints, even if they're not necessarily viewpoints that you may consider to be your own. It's very important to have a wide lens and be able to listen to all points of an issue when you're representing the city.
That's awesome. So with advancing the city, what would you like Black History Month to look like in the next 5 years?
I would like there to be more celebration on a wider lens here in town. I think it's a great opportunity to talk about the food and the culture and just the history of all of those, not just African Americans, but how that is a part of the big picture of Quincy, right? Because it's been a part of our community since the 1800s. So it's super important to show that and how that embraces within the Quincy fabric.
How can you take that and see it as a time to reflect on Black history here?
I think it's important to talk about both the good and the bad, right? We know that slavery existed, we know that this was a real thing, but we also have made a number of huge strides as a community. We were a major part of the abolitionist movement, so I think that there is a great root support for telling the whole story and telling how we have evolved as a community, because there are great things that have happened. I mean, and there has been a huge opportunity for us to get together and become one. And I talk often about One Quincy, and the goal of becoming One Quincy is to be able to embrace that past, but also use it as a pathway to forge our future.
Thank you. Thank you for your time today.
No problem. Glad to be here.
We'll have more for you after the break.
We had a really cold weekend, Michael. I got off my bus trip and I was walking back to my dorm. I was freezing.
Yeah, I went from being in shorts early last week to this weekend. I had to bring out the coat that Kyron was talking about. Katie, I hope you have some good news for us.
You know, Michael, we're going to see quite the shift in weather. It's going to bounce from cold to warm, then back to cold. So some days you're going to wear those shorts and some days you're going to need that winter coat. Let's take a look at the forecast for this week to see what's in store. The winter weather is not quite over yet. You are going to see those snow mix coming in later in the evenings, and you're also going to see some of that rain coming in later in the week as well. Taking a look at the forecast today, we have a high of 49 and a low of 31, which is both beating the average of 44 and 26. Unfortunately, it's not 2002 and is not 72 degrees out, but it's also not 1989 and it's not -4, so that's a win. Like I said, looking at today, we're going to see about that 50 degree with light wind. North winds coming in at 7 miles per hour. And then looking at tonight, it is maybe going to get some rain headed your way with some clouds and a temperature of 31 degrees. Moving on to Thursday, we're going to see that temperature increase at 58 degrees with that sun peeking through. Partially cloudy at times, but mostly sunny. And you're going to see southwest at 7 miles per hour with wind. Looking ahead to the weekend, we're going to see that temperature really increase at 73, so that's when you're going to get those shorts, Michael. Friday evening, though, it is going to drop back down to those winter weathers at 36 degrees and a little cloudy. Saturday, it's going to get back up to 53 with some sun coming through there with northwest winds coming in at 12 miles per hour. I'm going to step back here and let you look at the 7-day forecast. Coming in on Sunday, it's going to drop back down to 38 degrees with a low of 25. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you're going to see those mid-40s with 25, 29, and 31 at the low. So you might need that winter coat, Michael.
Thank you, Katie. I heard baseball had a really cold but a really good weekend all at the same time, with a player breaking a couple records.
Yeah, and one team has been heating the court at Pepsi Arena this weekend. More about that coming up with Freya Hansen and sports.
Quincy University's basketball teams have been on the road lately.
And so has the softball team. I mean, who even stayed here this weekend, Freya?
Well, the men's volleyball team have been heating up the court at Pepsi Arena, and also the baseball team has been ice cold out on the field. The Quincy University women's wrestling team finished third at the NCAA Region 5 Championship, qualifying 4 athletes for the first ever NCAA Women's Wrestling National Championship. Sochi Moda Pittis won the 124-pound title, while Trinity Pendergrass, Maddie Barton, and Alexandra Cheksanova also earned national spots. Congratulations. The baseball team has been ice cold outside on the field. They faced Roswell University in doubleheaders 2 days in a row over the weekend. First game was on Friday. The Hawks exploded for 42 total runs, sweeping Roswell in dominant fashion at QU Baseball Stadium. Quincy rolled to a 27-4 victory in a game won behind a 25-hit performance, highlighted by big days from number 8 Isaiah Fudge and number 11 David Broughton. Moving on to the second game of the day, the Hawks secured a 15-5 run rule win in 7 innings, powered by 3 home runs and another strong offensive showing. With the sweep, Quincy improves to a 6-4 on the season and would host Roseville again the day after in another doubleheader. And one player has hit a career milestone. David Broughton has hit 100 RBIs in baseball. In baseball, it is a statistic credited to a batter who hits, walks, or sacrifices, causing a teammate to score or scoring themselves. Congratulations, David. Now moving on to the second day of basketball on Saturday. The Quincy University Hawks rolled to a 14-2 victory over Roseville at QU Stadium, using a 6-run 6th inning to put the game away. Ari Fivelson in number 20 highlighted the win with a grand slam, while Kate Ruffner in number 29 struck out 12 to lead a dominant performance on the mound. Quincy closed out the sweep with an 18-10 win over Roseville, erupting for 6 runs in the first inning and adding a 5-run 5th to secure the victory. The Hawks pounded out 15 strikeouts on the mound and used a balanced offensive attack to improve to an 8-4 on the season. After these 4 games, Isaiah Fudge has become the GLVC Player of the Week with 10 hits, 12 RBIs, 15 total bases, and a .625 average. Congratulations, Isaiah. Next up for the QU baseball team is Davenport University, Friday 27th of February, at home at Quincy University Baseball Stadium. The Quincy University softball team was away all weekend, and they dropped 4 games over the weekend at the Rosemount Dome. The Hawks fell to Ferry State 13-3 and Hill State 10-5 on Friday, before suffering a 5-4 loss to Concordia St. Paul and an 11-7 defeat to Wayne State on Saturday. Next up for the QU softball team is Fort Hays State University away on February 27th. The Quincy University men's volleyball team dominated Kentucky State on Friday 26th of February. The Hawks got away with a straight set sweep Friday night inside Pepsi Arena, winning 25-12, 25-14, and 25-17. The Hawks hit .382 as a team, total 9 service aces, and were led by number 6 Malaki Allen's 10 kills in the 3-0 victory. Now moving on to the second game of the weekend for the men's volleyball team, where they would go against Kentucky State again. The Quincy University men's volleyball team coupled a second straight sweep of Kentucky State with a 25-11, 25-17, and 25-17 win inside Pepsi Arena. The Hawks hit .4 as a team total, 12 service aces and 9 blocks, and were led by number 6 Malaki Allen and number 19 Ryan Jacobson. With 9 kills each, Quincy improves to 3-4 on the season. After these 2 games, Malaki Allen has become GLVC Offensive Player of the Week with 19 total kills, .457 hitting percent, and 28 total points and service aces. And Ryan Jacobson becomes GLVC Defensive Player of the Week with 12 digs, 5 blocks, 17 total kills, and 21.5 points. Congratulations to Malaki and Ryan. Next up for the men's volleyball team is Barry University in Miami, Florida. Have a good trip and good luck. The Quincy University women's basketball team fell to Maryville 85-60 on the road Thursday night. The Saints shot over 52% from the field and from 3-point range to pull away early. Achumbama Danso led the Hawks with 17 points as Quincy dropped to a 13-11 on the season. The Quincy University women's basketball team also fell to McKinley 71-58 Saturday afternoon. The Bearcats dominated the boards with 21 offensive rebounds for 28 second chance points. Haven Harden led the Hawks with 19 points, while Katie Flynn and Chumbama Danso added 12 each. Next up for the women's basketball team is Lewis University, home at Pepsi Arena, February 26th. The Quincy University men's basketball team scored a season-high 93 points to defeat Maryville 93-85 on the road. Tiernan Stites led the Hawks with a career-high 27 points, while Cameron Kincaid added 14 points and 8 assists. Quincy out-rebounded Maryville 38-35 to secure the victory. The Quincy University men's basketball team fell 86-56 on the road to McKinley Saturday. The Bearcats dominated inside and shot 55% from the floor, while Cameron Kincaid led the Hawks with 12 points. Quincy struggled from 3 points and range, and turnovers held them back. Next up for the men's basketball team is Lewis University at home at Pepsi Arena, February 26th. The men's lacrosse team took on the University of Alabama in Huntsville on Monday, February 24th at the QU Rock. Quincy's men's lacrosse jumped out to a 4-0 first quarter lead, but fell to Alabama Huntsville 13-9 at QU Stadium. Steve Cordero and Mason Luma scored 3 goals apiece, while Jonah Papers set a program record with 7 caused turnovers. The Hawks returned to action February 26 against Northwest Nazarene at the QU Stadium. In February, we celebrate Black History Month in all areas of our lives at Quincy University. Before every athletic game in the month of February, we honor Black history and the importance it has brought into the world by playing Lift Every Voice. As the anthem plays, Quincy University put together a video to represent historical figures in Black history.
Well, in previous years, we've basically had a still graphic up, during the start of the games, during Black History Month. And we thought it would be a great idea to showcase some of the famous Black historical figures in history at these events this year. So we put a video together highlighting some of the accomplishments by historical Black figures in our country throughout the years.
Quincy University strives to value the importance of Black history, not just the month of February, but all year round. And that is all I got for sports.
I remember hearing that song at every game that I went to this year, and it really brought me back to a time when I was younger, when I got to sing it at a Martin Luther King Jr. Day breakfast.
Yeah, well, good news, Michael. We're going to hear it right after this, so make sure to stick around. Hey, Katie, so what does this weekend's weather look like?
It's going to be 70 and it's going to be nice.
Well, with it being nice, what sports do we have this weekend?
Well, we have baseball. They just moved their Sunday game to Friday and Saturday doubleheaders.
That'll be nice to go to. Thank you for watching QUTV News this week, this special show on Black History Month. Remember to find more content on our website at QUmedia.net and on our social media platforms.
As we leave you today, we wanted to play the whole version of Lift Every Voice that played at the GLVC Games this month. Have a great week.
Every voice and sing earth, heaven, ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the list when hope unborn has died, yet with a steady path till now we stand at last, where the white gleam of a bright star is cast.